Hey people, Sleepy Reader here, just with a basic uh, Wednesday haul. I'll actually show you some stuff that I picked up over the weekend too. Um, a lot less comics on my pull, but I did manage to grab a bunch anyway. But a lot of them were quite cheap. But first, for the ones I paid full price minus my discount of 20%, um, is Divinity, a new Valiant book written by Matt Kint and drawn by Trevor Hairsine. I know I've seen Trevor Hairsine's art, but I can't remember where. But I think I like it from previews I saw. So I'm pretty psyched by this. I think it's another one of those kind of deluxe comics that Valiant's putting out, and I really liked the Valiant, so I went ahead and grabbed this. These are in no particular order. I grabbed, because it was a slow week, I grabbed Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? This is not nearly as good as Scooby-Doo Team Up, but I randomly grabbed some of the issues, just have stuff to read with my daughter, and I always get a kick out of Scooby-Doo, even if it's okay. Lumberjanes 10. I've decided to start getting Lumberjanes physically. I had been getting it digitally because it's easier to read with my daughter, panel by panel. But she's getting older, and it just seems nice to own the physical copies. And she likes having physical copies even more than I do, I think. And yet it's easier for us to read the digital ones. And those are a bunch from the dollar box. I'll do those later. Justice League 3000, awesome cover. Love the colors there. Really looking forward to this. Another top DC book. Future's End. Last week's Future End was... They entered the end game of Future's End. The big climaxes seemed to be starting, and somehow I found that less interesting than all the more carefully built up character moments. It is interesting that Mr. Terrific is on the cover because we haven't really seen a whole lot of him. He hasn't developed so much as other parts of the plot. So we'll see if we get a lot more of him. And Mr. Terrific was never a character that I really grokked, that I really got, but maybe I will if he's written right. Batman Eternal, I really enjoyed the last two issues, so I have high hopes for this. Quacking Duck is coming. You want to say hi to everyone or stay out of view? I'll be done with this video in a few minutes. I just told them that I got late Lumberjanes. Do you want to say whether you like Lumberjanes or not?
I like the Lumberjanes, and I am just coming in here.
Do you want to relax on the couch while I finish this up?
And I'm gonna be on
Mommy's
the
taking a nap.
couch. I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be out of view for a while.
Right, and then after I'm done with this, we can read some Lumberjanes or something. I got Resurrectionists, which I have on my pull, and I'm enjoying it. Wish the art was a little better, but other than that, it's a good, solid, middle of the road, but unique because of its focus on reincarnation. It's kind of unique. I picked up 4 black comic dividers. I've slowly been buying comic dividers when I can. I decided I really like having lots of comic dividers in my comic book boxes. And then, because it was a slow week, I took a little time to paw through the dollar bin at my store, which is mostly comics that didn't sell that well, that they ordered too much of. So, and then I think of it as the 80-cent bin. So I got Moon Knight #9 by Brian Wood and Greg Smallwood. I don't know if this is I guess they started maybe on issue 7. And then I got issue 10. I'm assuming these are still kind of standalone things. Wonder Woman was in there, and I thought, well, for 80 cents, I'll just see what happened next. And I thought, well, I'll dip into some Earth 2 that I haven't already read. I had stopped reading Earth 2, but I don't think I have this issue. But I'm still by Tom Taylor. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I don't have this issue. And then anytime I see anything that's an adaptation of Michael Moorcock, it's just a childhood favorite, the Michael Moorcock novels, so I grabbed them. I don't know when I'll get around to reading that. Oh, and there was also a Mr. Miracle in there, and again for 80 cents. I just, even though I plan to buy the hardback when it or the omnibus when it comes out, it's nice to have a few of the floppies if they don't cost me much. And over the weekend, I went to my favorite place with 50-cent bins, but I didn't really get a whole lot. But there's a Jim Starlin series called Cosmic Guard that I've never heard of. 50 cents, give it a try. I got the first 2 issues. I think I can get more if I like it. And then from the short-lived science fiction spin-off from Vertigo that was called Helix, was a comic I never heard of called Cyberella from 1996. It's a Howard Chaykin drawn and written comic. I'm not expecting a lot from it, but I kind of like to grab any of the Helix books I can. So I've got, I think, the first 4 issues. They have pretty cool covers. Howard Chaykin's always been someone I can only take in small doses. So yeah, I got the first 5 issues. Maybe there were only 5 issues. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. So, yeah, because no Helix series lasts very long, except for the Warren Ellis Transmetropolitan, which then, when Helix ended, I think got absorbed back into Vertigo. And then every once in a while in the cheap bins, I run into these amalgam things, and I just love the idea of it. This is Challengers of the Fantastic. I think Quacking Duck and I might read that one together. And if you have a really long memory for my hauls from years ago now, I thought I'd collected all the Warp comics from First Comics. I have all the issues of Warp, but apparently there were things called Warp Specials, and I didn't know about that, and I found those in the $1 bin. Oops. There's issue 1, Warp Special, Chaos Prince of Madness, issue 1, and Chaos Prince of Madness issue 3. So now I have to find issue 2 and find out if there's any more issues. And then even more surprising, this character from Warp, Chaos, the God of Madness, made a guest appearance in one of First Comics' other comic books at the time, E-Man. So I had to pick that up. And then I picked up one comic book out of their regular bins. At this store, everything has a price on it in the back issue bins, but they're all 50% off. Clever marketing, I guess, but they're always 50% off, so really their prices are always half of what's put on there. But I was pretty happy to pick up OMAC One Man Army number 2 for $5. I know some of you guys out there get Kirby books super cheap, but for me, that seemed like an okay price. And it's one of the, I just have OMAC number 1. I don't have any of the other OMACs. I try to get all the Kirby, or get again all the Kirby DCs. So that's what I've been picking up lately. I'm particularly excited to get to Lumberjanes and to Justice 3000 and to Divinity. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.